Hello, everybody. My name is Minnie Thomas. I'm here again, and I would like to talk about the FHA mortgage, FHA mortgage with a seller's concession. Now, FHA mortgage is for first-time home buyers. It gives first-time home buyers to purchase a home and use a mortgage for 3.5% down. And the buyer has a choice. They could pay their own closing costs out of their pocket, or they could finance the closing costs, which the bank calls a seller's concession. Now, a seller's concession is defined right here online. A seller's concession is a portion of the buyer's closing costs and prepaid expenses that the seller agrees to pay for, lowering the upfront cost for the buyer. Now, what is beneficial is that the buyer will just pay 3.5% down. They'll finance the closing costs, which is the seller's concession. So say, for example, the property is $300,000 and they have to finance the closing costs, which is 6% most of the time. So now they're buying the property for $318,000 because you have to add the closing costs on top of the amount that you're buying the property for. So now the property has to appraise for $318,000. The down payment is coming from the $318,000. The down payment, which is 3.5%. Now, some sellers say, "Oh, I don't want that." I think it's a great program. Mr. and Miss Seller, you're helping another first-time home buyer. You was a first-time home buyer at one time. And some buyers do not have 20% to put down to buy a house. And some buyers do. They just prefer to take that money and use it when they, once they buy the house or, invest it in the house. They have different reasons, but this is a great opportunity. And what happens is FHA seller's concession, FHA mortgage, they have certain requirements. Now, the requirements that they have, the house has to pass FHA inspection. Now, I would like to go over what that means. Now, the first thing is that it's going to have to pass for the FHA inspection. It has right here. The house has to be in good condition. It cannot have no damaged exterior, no peeling paint, siding missing off the house, siding falling off the house. That's an easy fix right there. You can paint the house. You can paint this, put the siding up. You got to make sure there's no siding missing off the garage and the shed also. Everything has to pass inspection. The property has to be safe. The electrical has to be updated. No loose wiring. You have to make sure that the water and sewer, the pipes are working correctly. And if you have a well, or if you have a septic, it both have to be like a certain distance between each other. It's not really hard. It's not really hard. If you keep your house up to selling standards, you should have no problem with your house passing FHA. Okay? Now, also is that the benefit to the seller is that when you give this opportunity to the buyer, that income is going to be going on to you because it's an expense to you, the seller's concession. But guess what? You can use this as a tax deduction when you do your taxes because it's declared income. So you're going to be able to speak to your accountant. You could always, ask him and verify him. I'm quite sure he'll understand. But that is tax deductible. And that's an advantage for the seller also. Now, there are some buyers that not buyers, but there's some people that lost their homes years ago and they want to buy another house. Well, guess what? If you haven't owned a house in 3 years, you are eligible to become a first-time home buyer all over again. Some people don't know that. And you can get FHA again. Isn't that great? So many great opportunities with the FHA program. Sometimes I think that some of these real estate agents, they discourage sellers from using FHA. They may not explain it right. Maybe they need to get more information about it. Yes, it may take a little while longer, but you know what? If the buyer is willing to pay the best price for your house, why not give them the best loan for the buyer? Working together as a team. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. My name is Minnie Thomas. I'm with Keller Williams Realty, Hudson Valley United. I'm an associate broker there, and I'm also a notary. I can be reached at 347-992-0712. Thank you.